I've helped with content.
Oh, you want me to take a picture for you?
Hello. Hello.
What one where the logos are?
What killed me is where I walks in.
A picture then a video where I walk.
Pics.
Pics for updates.
Pics for status, pics for LinkedIn. That pics was out in California. Let's see what the rest. Legit.
Legit. So like, is that Cali?
Let me first jump on this line.
Your Cali, say that you wait. This thing more. It was all
That's off. Chat to your boy on the street.
Hey. Aya. I think we're done.
Hey, we're building something.
You connect to this to that HDMI.
There's no car. That's papia. I ate that chocolate in 10 seconds.
What's the stream university? Shout out to
Yeah. Man, we should be talking to the viewers, bro. We engage There's someone saying we should do something with Stream University. But we should. Like I was saying, we can invest in different guys in different fields.
Also think of that idea like streamer university. Yeah, that's definitely that's
Ladies,
so jump. I need to download jump.
but what did I take this?
Guys, can you hear us?
Even from this side.
Support you. Jump.
Because it's what? Can you be quiet? Johnson wants to go.
Make me feel
Chubby, supportive. Thank you.
So guys, we're going to share the what?
Hold on.
We're going to share the code. So we're trying to set up. Brooke, it's okay, bro.
Yeah?
Brooke is saying, can he come and join us? No, Brooke. Brooke, there's a guy in the chat. You don't know Brooke? You come, Brooke. Where are you? This one? On YouTube, yeah. Someone should check out YouTube.
You should put the audio in your mention. And that's what it's called.
Oh, that's This is.
It should be on here from the mic. Unless, of course, also from the PC. Are you going to do something else? That needs audio? Then we should only input from the.
I have audio input capture and then mic.
Which one is on for the. So we're only going to like, it's going kind of like a podcast, only people talking, right? No music, no nothing.
Is that ours?
Wait, that's our street.
Okay, so let's just start.
Just monitor the output. Do you have headset?
Yeah, that was a fit.
Just connect it.
So when we do anything where the.
Okay, just connect it. You can monitor the output so you can tell what's wrong. No, it's not here. It's not connected. Connect it, then you monitor the output.
Funny how TikTok studio is very weird.
So come to filter.
This one.
So then you can tell. So it's using the webcam, so you have to change it.
Oh,
So I'll change it to the mic.
it's condenser or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's USB. What one?
This one.
Should be that one.
Noise.
So this is on YouTube, that's on TikTok.
The
The webcams, huh?
This is on TikTok.
Mhm,
The
the
webcam is on YouTube.
Right.
Interesting.
What's the YouTube fear?
The name.
The YouTube fear.
For YouTube.
YouTube.
What do you do?
Did you have it here?
Yeah, it's here. Yes.
Oh, that's one for YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Now sound for YouTube is because it's capturing from that. That's
I
why
think
this.
the mic can work on both ends.
Hey.
It's just the webcam that has an issue.
So, guys, on TikTok,
Should be good now.
is audio good?
But you have two outputs, yeah? So just check the mic, you can monitor. What's good settings?
This again?
Yeah, then you go to settings. Where is the monitor thing?
See a time.
Oh yeah, try to monitor it. So monitor and output, yeah. So I use the headset seriously. You have to be able to control.
Guys, can you hear us? crazy. It's crazy.
I think you're good.
This Kawana.
Remove the monitor there because we get the
Okay.
remove the monitor now. Send it back to monitor. To output on.
Streamer University.
I think my sister.
The last thing I watched everything. I watched from start to finish. So guys, can you hear Ask Blunji?
TikTok, can you hear us? Responding to people's YouTube, can you hear? Yeah. So for those that are wondering what's happening. But the next open day, don't rush me up.
Now I have my Mac.
Yeah, so guys, today we'll be building an entertainment, something in the entertainment field. We're going to be building a streaming app. So we've got some really hard devs, designers.
iOS.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do. But the big goal at the end of the day is to change the technologies to media. I think you guys are tired of being broke devs and seeing guys driving the same rappers. And they're doing the same stuff as you. That's the thing we're trying to change right now. We start by flooding the media with the tech stuff, collaborating with different people to see how we can have this done. So part of this whole thing is a stream. So guys, share with your boys. Let them have them join the stream. Let's make tech great again in UG.
Guys, can you see my screen on TikTok?
Yeah, but I guess you guys can comment about that as we set up this stuff. Oh yeah. Guys can check. You buy guess you buy
YouTube by Harriet.
So guys, in the meantime, they can help us come up with the
So guys in chat, is everything set? No. Sure, after.
post the setting. No, they do what? Post, so share. Just prepare. We do tag everyone so that you can repost the intro. Yes, but now we're going to change the description. Instead of AI, we can change it to set up a mix. We can have the description.
Okay.
Like DevG. Whoever does the most reps wins a month. Watch expenses. Guys, come on. That's how we do this. Junior. Who is Junior? Who is it? GPT used to generate it. Used Grok to do. That's what I've been trying. This thing is stupid. It has said equally to the
So, TikTok, we are coming. TikTok.
Can you have a bit of life? Can you have a bit of life? One of the baddest.
Yeah.
And publicly the public and private sector.
What's up, man?
Rest of
Alright, bro.
Definition of wealth.
if I see my government databases and I receive good. Brother actually deploy the skill.
That's daily bread.
To the good.
So guys, what do you think the name of the application should be like? Guys in the chat, be telling some stories. At least we don't get bored. Yeah, we be telling some stories.
Johnny first come and tell us.
Jenny.
We would have stayed.
Okay.
I take over my brainstorm.
So chat, the idea is we are building a streaming platform for basically Ugandan creators. It's more like Twitch, but localized to Ugandan content. So the stack is it's not Flutter. It's not Flutter. The stack is strictly React Native. We are all JavaScript devs. We don't do that. That's that. Yeah, that is dead. We can't hear you, bro. Can you hear me? Oh.
I think that's really good. Mic check 1, 2. You can hear me now. So mic, in another stream right now.
Type in the chat if you hear. Well, yeah. So, I'm repeating, we are building a streaming platform suited and content creators. And this is our first phase. Yeah. Down, like, below, I think the upper section of your screen, you can see emulator, simulator rather. So we are going to be building an application in React Native. The stack is React Native export because we want to target both Android and iOS. Yeah. So we are going to show you how we're going to come up with everything. Right now we are brainstorming about the name of the application. So if you are in the church, you can suggest any other name that you feel like would be better. Other than that, let's I think everyone should introduce Sergeant from Johnson. Johnson, come and say hi. Yeah. So just say hi to the cameras. Yeah. So
yeah, I called the bank. So that's my
yeah. So I think so right here we have a worry. Introduction.
I'm Warren. I do strategy, business development, and AI.
Strategy development and AI. Joel, you're next.
Yep. Hi guys. So I'm Joe Steven. I'm a senior backend engineer.
Yeah.
I'm the guy hooking up the streaming API. So you guys are doing the front end. They're doing the live
You jazz.
the lightweight stuff.
Until they hear we're using Superbase.
Nice to catch up, guys. So next is Collins.
Hey, Collins. Guys. Yeah, the voice you're hearing is Collins Bender Tyree. The hustler, I'm a hustler. I don't do one thing specifically. So what you call me for, I do. But for now, I think I'm the unifying factor for now. Caleb, should I introduce you or you want to introduce yourself? Hey, I'm a Kane Mob Fleek.
Yes, sir. We have Caleb.
My name is Caleb. I'm an AI and ML engineer. I'm excited to work on this, and I'll be adding AI features to the streaming application.
What stream do you smoke? Bro understands in tokens. This guy has seen more government databases than anyone. We're chatting. Before you talk to bro, you load tokens.
Anyway, guys, now I'm fitter. All things jazz. You guys know.
All things jazz. Luke needs to introduce himself. Look, the man that made things happen.
A round of applause.
Mama, yesterday I was doing introductions for people. I didn't do one for Luke. So guys, let me tell you. Let me take you back to a time before we even knew how to open laptops. So before first let's look first bench here. First catch this one on camera. So Luke, my G.
So many stories.
Yeah. So I remember before I even got my first laptop, before I knew how to turn on Windows, before I could use even Windows, we were in high school and I used to chill with Luke. So after night prep, we'd have a meeting. It was me, Luke, Timothy, some guy called Odeke. He's now into church stuff. Timothy is a team leader at Tech Juice for Afro Connect. So me and this guy would meet after prep, like really late at night after prep. We'd even have a prayer before the meeting, and we'd come up with ideas for tech companies.
The most ridiculous ideas, bro. That's so insane.
We had an app for pet owners, like a LinkedIn for pet owners, and we were serious, bro. We got books with programming languages. We're like, bro, for you going to learn PHP, I'm going to learn C#. We'll come together and figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Writing code, like, pen and paper writing code, like, bro. That's so insane.
So Luke also helped me out when we were first learning React, front end and stuff like that. So yeah, the journey to Vude wala. So let him introduce himself.
So what's up, guys? My name is Lucas, software developer, turning full AI and video game enthusiast and hardware enthusiast. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, we've had a pretty crazy story. There's been a lot of back and forth here and there, hustle, the struggle. You come in, come out, and bro, you know, Ugandan hustle. I'm pretty sure all you devs can relate. I'm pretty sure all of you devs can relate, honestly. Even if you have reached somewhere, you have gone through this grind, and here we are trying to like change the whole ecosystem, the dev ecosystem here in the country, make it better for us. So yeah, I'm glad to be here, and like Collins mentioned, from way back, bro. Like, you're going to Visual Basic, you're going to do this, some crazy stuff to understanding how the structure works, and yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, as Jude introduced himself, come through, bro.
All right.
Jude. Hey, you want to chat? Hey. Jude, I've known Jude for a couple of months now. So Jude, I'll describe Jude as a trailblazer, right? Those young guys who are cracked. So I'm working with him on a learning management system where we're trying to change the way people learn. So more contextualized, more personalized learning with AI. And yeah, but by more contextualized, we mean more contextualized to the person as well as the problems they're solving. So imagine you could have an explanation about how LLMs work, how the embeddings are tokenized and things like that, but with examples that you relate to and things like that. So I'm working with him on that. He's going to do a better job of introducing himself. If you've noticed, most of the people that are here I've met on different walks of life, and they're good at very, very different things. I think I should give an intro for everyone at this rate. I'll prepare the stream. Okay. Let whoever wants to come through, just come and sit.
So hi everyone, my name is Jude, and I'm a passionate software developer, and I love turning ideas into clean and efficient code. And I also try to building not only projects that actually just solve a particular problem, but actually bring an impact to society. Yeah.
Product guys, or whatever. Alright, so what's next? Let's take a pass. It's to Tandike. We'll start with the. Oh, still introduce it. Start with worry. Tegana mulimu gwe. Golozo wadoli abyawelele. Use the 16 Pro Max.
Johnson, that's your
Oyagala kosa.
Oyagala kosa, bro. But imagine live reload, but it's multi-collaboration and it's live reload on everyone's PC. Because you see how they do live reload for apps, you change, but like multi-collaboration for that. Where guys can live stream creating apps and shit like that. Like imagine you have like an in-stream emulator.
So someone in the chat says, I need one guy from your team for a small project.
That's dope. Let's give them an email. He can reach out to the email.
So cool, is this cool man saying that you need someone from us? Who's cheaper?
About Windows mukolela hivi.
Actually, stop doing Uganda flyers.
Bro, start evangelizing away from the mic. Yeah. You're in position. We start the other part of the intros, the chap sing. Eh? You first come closer to the mic. So, Warren, the man with the hardest aura points here. So, I think I met Warren. We met through a group of friends at church, right? But Warren was a different breed. He was a dev, he was a developer, but he used to talk a lot about the business side, how he was fostering partnerships with people. He made an application called Standard Intern. He had also been helping other guys in different sectors to skill up, so he built LMSs for them through standard learning. He did something with the Law Society, sorry, no, not the Law Society, the Macquarie Law Community. For their pre-entry tests, he digitized that. He's also the mind behind the AI agent that works on the Chigo, what's the name of the Rotary Club? Yeah. So we've seen you in pictures with big men. So we know you're a big man. So Warren technically, I know him technically because we work together. He does a lot of strategy, a lot of branding. That's the guy you call for the project management and the overall business analysis. He's the guy, but he's also very good with AI automations. Also a full stack developer. Generally, man, you can do everything. You're a magician. So I don't know if there's anything I left out.
Hello everyone, my name is Warren. You can find me at warrenmillion.com.
Crazy.
Yes, I like to create things and really just challenge the status quo. You know how systems are built? They're built with a lot of bureaucracy and to benefit a few people. So where I come in is we have to create products and ways of doing things differently that benefit a greater number of people. So that even the Muntu Wawansi can create some generational wealth for his family. So those are the things we do with college. We come up with ideas that actually are groundbreaking. That's why you see this setup and everything. These things don't come from obeying the rules. There's something to challenge. Yeah, and really, I hope they make sure that they stay in line so that they can follow the ethical way of doing things, but in the age, so that we can also be able to break through. And then I also do AI automation. I've come up with a lot of AI agents. I've done AI agents for organizations, department co-pilots, and then also user role co-pilots. So you can find your HR as their own AI agent, and then also the department as a whole as an AI agent to help them with automations, really on the AI side. For development, there you send us an email for those who want a developer.
And we send you a quote. We send you a quotation before we send our developer.
Hey. Things of gigs and doing things in an unstructured way, died.
Yeah, so we have had several conversations about this very thing. So I guess I want you to speak to the mission behind this thing. So we are trying to change the way people think about developers, the way they think about the tech ecosystem. I'm tired of going to business events and everyone saying, man, developers in Uganda. You guys are not serious. I would rather get, you see, even the biggest companies I notice outsource most of their tech work. And then they're equally skilled employees here, skilled personnel here, that we can get those gigs.
Yeah. So from the strategic perspective, very many companies, and why they're doing that, very many companies are led by people who have barely even half of technical skill. They just know how to lead teams, they know how to talk to people, they know how to get business. But they don't know that in that, if you're getting business and you're giving it to someone to be able to create a product, if you don't compensate them properly, that's when you're going to have problems. So most times the business person is, he creates a company, gets a few devs from Macquarie University, wherever, from a diploma course, and then he gives them bare bones, yet he's making big money up there. And then you see developers hustling. And then the second thing, we've been for so many summits this year, the past couple of years, especially college. And we realized one thing, every time we go there, people are talking from a plastic perspective. They're not telling the truth. Guys are lying. It's like their keynotes are generated by ChatGPT. And let's be honest about that.
In real time.
In real time.
Yeah.
No one is telling you the truth that there's always that gap in their story, how they started and then where they won from. There's a gap there. They just say, yeah, just continue hustling, even as we won somehow. But they never tell you what was that really happened, that changed. Our lives changed over lunch at a certain hotel. And that's just the truth. We're not even lying about these things. We don't want you to come and think, these guys also paid for GPT and made speeches. No. The truth is, there's a factor of positioning yourself, and then what people would call luck. But it's not luck. Collins can explain it in that perspective. He actually cracked the formula for luck, if I should say.
Okay, so there's the name to the problem that we're facing right now. And I think Donnie has seen it. We're having a conversation with Joel about this a couple of months back. We went for a developer event, and at one of these events, an OpenAI engineer walked in. We happened to be blessed enough to recognize that he was an OpenAI engineer, and we had a conversation with him. But being Collins, I wanted to bridge the gap. I hate seeing people innovating in a siloed manner. So I talked to the gentleman, and I told him there are a couple of minds in Uganda that are innovating around AI and can help you out, or you can help them out, and we see how to foster more deals. Because this guy had deals from government, from different places. So we go and I introduce him to a company. I'm not going to mention their name, but they didn't do a good job of utilizing the connection. Right? It's okay, you can record it. So they didn't do a good job, but they did a very, very bad job at utilizing the connection. So they looked at him as a normal guy in the ecosystem. So you notice in the developer ecosystem, if you go look at most of the keynote speakers, you notice that a lot of them do not have experience working with actual companies, don't have experience freelancing. That's their business. Like their business is the community. But now the problem is in the process of them reaping their fruit for themselves, they're destroying the foundation of community. We need to reap fruit together. Let's the so-called rich days of Chanja, the guys who are driving these serious cars, let them come and give us the advice. We change the ecosystem ourselves. Because you see the problem with pricing is, if Donick tells you, I'm pricing this at $2,000, and these guys go into the market and they find someone who's pricing at very low, they'll take the low price guy, and that will become the notion for the whole ecosystem. So if we change the information that these guys are consuming, we give them more media that comes from actual experienced professionals and things like that, we can slowly change the ecosystem and make it stronger. So if we have things like streaming, we have guys streaming these things, showing us the actual stuff, you get, we can change the way the ecosystem works. Imagine you, a developer, in your first year, as you're getting introduced to these things, you listen to a conversation where someone like Donnie, who has been doing Upwork for a long time, he comes on and gives you all his secrets, and you also get started. Then we can create a stronger ecosystem. Even the startups will benefit from that. Because when I was at the AI Summit, they said that one of the things that's going to draw us back is talent. We're only contributing is about 14% or less to the AI talent in the world. You get? So there's a big gap to be covered. That's Africa, contributing 14%. And all that, and that percentage of contribution isn't within the country. Sorry, isn't within the continent. It's outside the continent. So we thought about changing this through media. So this is just one thing that we're starting that is supposed to transform the shift, like transform the way we are thinking about things.
But also to show you that, developing things as a solo dev
doesn't work.
Every person you're going to see here today has worked on a project and tried to create their own thing. Many of them are founders. At least I think each one of them is a founder of their own project. many of them have done gigs by themselves. Some of them have been taken on work because they were trying to create wealth, but they were doing it only by themselves. They were not teams. They didn't have structure. There were no teams and there was no structure in that kind of work. So Colin is genius. He's the one who put us together. He realized that there's a problem of developers in Uganda working in silos, and yet there are opportunities out there. And then there are some developers who have access to big opportunities like Yoni. They can come and sit here and we have this conversation. Who have had experience since COVID time working on Upwork, getting gigs and that kind of thing. So, mine. Yeah, they have experience working on different remote opportunities. And you know, you go for a summit and you never see guys like this because those guys have realized how fake and plastic the communities are in Uganda. Guys are just creating, let me say, summits and all kinds of events for the sake of the money. No one is doing things truly because of the heart of the developer. They want to actually show developers out there that there is hope, and that's why we're here. Personally, I used to think developers are broke. When I got my course on government, and that was the only course I could do, because mom was like, the government is paying your tuition, so you have to go for the course. I accepted to go for that thing. But I thought, man, I'm going to struggle in this life because all the devs I've seen, all the devs out there, most of them, what they were portraying wasn't something desirable. And I didn't know there were guys like this guy in the background. And now, you know, so we want to show you that, hey man, there's hope. You guys shouldn't lose hope in the things you're struggling to do. But then there's a better way to do things. The things you're working on by yourself, you can't do it alone. And that's why even this thing that we've started, we don't even know what the potential is. We've just started something for the sake of starting. We have the urgency. But we're going to work together. Some of you are seeing us here just on live, but this might be the last time you're seeing us on the screen. You're going to have time to interact with us. Yeah. So let Donny tell us his experience from. Yeah.
So I'm Denny Oiswa, also known as Village Programmer. So my experience started up after COVID time. That's around 2020. Yeah, that was the year when I was really struggling. I was just a bright guy on UC. Only UC and Java. Yeah. So that's why I thought learning a hard programming language will definitely make you a hard guy. You get it? So I was just lucky. I would just still say I was blessed to have COVID in my side. Yeah. Because if it wasn't during that time, then maybe I wouldn't have time to learn things I was going to earn from. So COVID hit, went back. I'm from Eastern Uganda. So I went back to Eastern Uganda. I was indoors for about almost the whole year. But this time around, I was learning a framework. Yeah, I hated JavaScript, to be honest. I hated JavaScript, and my stuck by then was C#. Yeah. So it was C# because of the education system that we Ugandans consume. Yeah. So we think that knowing the basics of a programming language, whether C#, Java, Python, is just enough for you to get I would say a job in an enterprise level company. But remember, Uganda is not a manufacturing country. Yeah. So such languages like C#, Java, and all that, they are good. I really recommend, but surviving in Uganda is a bit hard. You need 3 years work Java, 3 years work C#, come up with a bank system. That's where the money is, right? So on my side, I started learning JavaScript mainly because I wanted to be a web developer, just grab a website, build a client, and then you're good to go, because that's what I was really looking at. So I started learning JavaScript from the core basics, learning how we declare variables in JavaScript. Everything was from scratch. Then about like 2 weeks, I started learning a framework. You know, it was very useless for you to learn a programming language without knowing how a framework would work with the programming language that you're dealing with. So I had a chance and I started learning Angular. Actually, I started with Angular. So I did Angular, and that's why I started like applying for gigs, because I was comfortable with the Angular framework. What I did with Angular, it was mainly building a web application that works like Netflix. By that time, I wanted to stream movies for Ugandans. I remember by that time we had 365 days. So I used that as an opportunity to like tell people that okay, I have this movie on my platform. So that's why people started up joining up and like joining up with me with the journey that I was pursuing in Angular. But then when it came to applying for gigs, problem came in. Like in Uganda, I looked for a company that uses Angular, and it was only one. I think it was Clinic Master. Yeah, Clinic Master was using Angular by then. And Clinic Master is definitely, it has its own people. You get. So it was very hard for me to enter into the ecosystem. The framework that I decided to use was really hard and it's used mostly in enterprise level application. So I wouldn't really survive that much. So now I shifted, that's when I went into React. So learning React for about 2 to 3 weeks, I just wanted to clone still analytics website. Within 2 weeks I was able to land my first job. And the first job was through Upwork. Most of you guys know about Upwork. It's really like the mother of freelancers, right? If you're a developer, an accountant, I would say voiceovers, any person would definitely have a gig on Upwork. So I applied through Upwork and I landed my first client. That was in 2021. Like that was towards the end of the whole COVID situation. So it was an American company. I don't really remember what the company was about. All I remember I was just dealing with adding inputs, creating a custom component. You get like in React, that's how easy it was. And the payment was crazy because every week I was paid $250 US, like weekly. Whether you have done sense or no sense, your money will always be there. Yeah. So that was the beauty of working with Upwork, and especially for international clients. Like, as long as you touch code, there will be a payment that you're giving. Not like these people who you first deliver and then they make payments for you. As long as they hire you, you start earning rates. Like, as long as you're pushing up this and all that stuff. Really very easy. So that was 2021, but I was very unlucky because that was towards the elections. So the government suddenly switched off the internet. So I had no opportunity to work remotely because internet connection was cut off. And it's very hard to convince a white that internet can be scarce in the whole country. You get. So I tried dealing with this guy like after that because the internet was out for like two days to 3. I think it was 3 days. And then it came back, the client is so mad at me, thinks I haven't done my work, I was just lazy doing work and all that stuff. So I ended up the contract. And that's how I lost the gig. I got it within a few weeks, but then lost it within no time because of just internet connection. So this goes out to most remote workers. Please focus on the speed of your internet and how available it is, right? Yes, it's okay to have your Savannah, not the campaign with your with your 9 MBs per second because you're trying to self-post. Savannah has like till 250 megabytes per second, but it's also nice to invest into that. Like let's get the highest bandwidth as you can, because internet that is about 150 makes you earn a job of like let me say 4 M per week. Just be paying a small subscription, so care about the internet connectivity. So that's why I lost my first job, and luckily enough, prayed so hard and God helped me land another job still at Upwork. There are also some few lecturers from my university, Eastpatch University, that helped me, like connected me to a few clients in Uganda. So me starting to work with Ugandan clients through the university, but starting to work with remote employees. Rather, I started up on Upwork remotely. So that's my own journey, and slowly, as long as the client recommends you to different projects that you have done, so they'll hook up you to the next gig like that. So right now I've built a portfolio on Upwork that is about, I think that's $70K US dollars that I've hired. And late. Yeah, and I think, I'm currently leading in Uganda, I would say. So I'm so happy about the journey. It's mainly freelancing and doing good work for clients.
Yeah.
So I work both in Uganda for a few people that hire me out, and then also work with my USA companies. So yeah, that's mainly it.
So there's someone on the street that asked, they did ask the question clearly. This is Vanessa case. So she said, this is her words. What did you use to learn? So I think she said what websites did you use?
Oh, the websites. Oh, so
can you change your question?
I think she meant
what website would you use to learn
to use right. Oh, right now is Pluralsight. I'll definitely hook up to Pluralsight. We need to have the basics understanding, but main resource that I used to learn fully during COVID time was YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was mainly following two people, right? The first person was Clever Programmer. Back then he used to have live coding sessions with React Papa, and they were teaching you how to clone websites like clone Amazon, clone Netflix, clone Tesla. Oh, one thing that I missed, if you're trying to learn, mainly focus, mainly build a project that you are interested in. For example, you love maybe say gaming, right? You instead look out for EA games or eSports websites, and you clone it basically. So it's not so boring if you kind of like deal in such things. You get it? So if you're into fashion, look for a fashion website, clone it from scratch, while learning that programming language. It would be React, it would be Angular, be Flutter, most guys are using Flutter language. So it doesn't care about anything that you're doing. Like maybe you are into front end specifically for WordPress. Look for a website still in something that you love doing. It's a bit easier and you learn faster doing that than you just getting a random website. And then you start cloning from that. You get it? So that's what I websites where Pluralsight mainly. Oh, and then open classrooms. If I open classrooms taught me JavaScript. I hated JavaScript, but it's because of open classroom. The subscript is free actually. The course is called Rate JavaScript for the web. So mainly after understanding JavaScript, now I started learning JavaScript for the web. Strictly programming the web interface using JavaScript, making it dynamic, changing the backgrounds, changing styles and all that stuff with JavaScript. So I used open classrooms and YouTube Clever Programmer. Yeah, those are the two.
On YouTube, for us when we're learning Next.js, when we're doing the standard intern project, we used Code with Antonio. He's really proper. So he does also those clones. He did for Airbnb. One of my favorite. One of my favorite projects because of the number of features there. And it's like how when you're done with the project, the things you can do with it. Now in like the Ugandan use case, we were in hostel at the time, and we're wondering, is there like a hostel providing that you can identify where are there any hostels here? Like when you join in. Exactly. And there are a number of people who have thought about it. The one product we found that was there at that time wasn't. I think they maybe did it as a final year project because they didn't continue with it. There was nothing, no updates, no whatever, nothing like that. So you can think of the number of times people have suffered, like even in your own experience when you're doing campus or post-campus, you can just look at the things you suffered to get, and there's probably a technological solution there, but mostly when it's a general problem. Now in our time it was hostels. You would go to a hostel, you've come with a small money, your parents have sent you to pay booking fee, you reach a hostel you wanted, and they tell you the spaces are done for whatever reason. And there's no product like that. But when you're thinking of solutions in that line, and you like want to develop, a product, then you can look at projects like Airbnb. And then when you're doing the project with the video on YouTube, it's going to be 12 hours. But because you're going to be stopping, it might take you even a week to finish. But it's rewarding because you actually learn. they teach you every single thing, and you can do that. You can replicate on your own. But then also something I saw in Uganda is when you have a specific skill, there are other ways to make money from just even building products. You can teach that skill to someone else. Like the number of people who came to us when we had built on the internet to learn programming. I mean, we're really rookies, but we made some money, 150K from each person, and we told them for a month. But, you know, because we knew how to code then, we could also make that money from there. But, you know, the perspective is not really about just money. If you don't love what you do, and don't just do what you love, you have to love the things that actually can help you earn. Like AI now, you know, it's disruptive. If someone is still on that thing of AI is going to take our jobs and what, if you're going to go with a bandwagon that's hating on AI, you know, AI is the beast, then I mean, enjoy your next years of I was going to say of poverty. And also adaptability, because the tech space is changing. I mean, we'd be doing next 11, then there's next 12, then there's next 13. Like everything just kept getting better and better. And now with AI, it's much faster in the AI space. So if you can't adapt quickly, then you're going to become obsolete. Yeah. You know, Collins.
Yeah. So, the next person we bring on, right? He's going to join us on the seat so that we just continue the conversation. I think it's Joel. Joel has a passionate hate. He passionately hates people that can't deliver.